You might think you know spiders, but nothing in nature prepares you for creatures that move by pumping their blood to extend their legs, or that spin silk tougher than steel using chemistry no human lab can copy. Every basic rule of biology gets rewritten inside a spider's body, leaving scientists questioning what else these living machines still keep hidden. So what is really behind their alien design? A spider's legs don't obey the rules of ordinary biology. Instead of using muscles to straighten their limbs, spiders rely on a system closer to hydraulic machinery than animal anatomy. Inside each leg, a surge of hemolymph, spider blood, pressurizes the joint, forcing it to extend. The pressure can spike from 5 kilopascals during a stroll to more than 130 kilopascals in the split second before a jump. That is the same kind of force used in a dentist's water jet, all packed into a creature smaller than your thumb. Muscle tissue is only found on one side of the joint, acting as a flexor to pull the leg inward. When the spider wants to reach or leap, it pumps hemolymph into the leg's sealed chambers, unfolding the segments like a piston. There are no extensor muscles at all. This design frees up space for other adaptations, making the spider's body more compact and efficient. It is a system so effective that robotic engineers have started copying it for machines that need to lift many times their own weight. The consequences of this setup reveal themselves most clearly at the end of a spider's life. Without blood pressure, the flexor muscles contract unopposed, curling the legs into that unmistakable pose seen in every dried-up spider husk. In contrast, a dead insect's legs stay straight, and a mammal's limbs simply go limp. The spider's death curl is a signature of hydraulic collapse, a final, silent echo of the pressure that powered its every move. As one arachnologist put it, a spider is a living, walking fluid pump. No other animal has solved movement with such mechanical elegance. Spider silk begins its life as a thick, syrupy liquid deep inside the spider's abdomen. In specialized glands, the spider assembles a cocktail of proteins called spidroins, each tailored for a different job. Some spidroins, like MASP1, stack into dense beta sheet crystals that give dragline silk the strength to haul 100 times a spider's weight. Others, rich in GPG motifs, create stretchy, shock-absorbing threads perfect for catching prey. But the real magic happens in the journey from gland to web. As the liquid silk is squeezed through the spinneret ducts, it passes through a microscopic chemical gauntlet. The pH drops, ions shift, and the proteins are pulled and twisted by shear forces, snapping into alignment. In seconds, a soup of tangled molecules transforms into a fiber tougher than Kevlar, ready to span rivers or snare insects in midair. How does a soup become a rope in seconds? The answer is chemistry and physics working inside channels no thicker than a hair. Each spinneret acts like a precision nozzle, combining different silk types on demand. A Darwin's bark spider can lay a bridge line up to 25 meters long, relying on silk that absorbs more energy before breaking than any other known material, 350 megajoules per cubic meter. That is not just stronger than steel by weight, it is also vastly tougher, able to stretch and flex without snapping. Even the outer coating is engineered for the job, resisting water and sun. Biomaterials scientists have spent decades trying to copy this process, but no lab has matched the spider's ability to spin supermaterials from liquid protein, using nothing more than chemistry and a bit of pressure. A spider's senses are scattered across its body in ways that feel almost alien. Each leg is more than a limb. It is a sensory probe packed with tiny hairs called trichobothria that register the faintest tremor in the air. Drop a pin a few centimeters away, and a spider's legs will detect the disturbance before its eyes even react. Some species can sense air movements as slight as a single micron per second, rivaling the sensitivity of the best laboratory microphones. Alongside these hairs, slit sensilla, microscopic grooves in the exoskeleton, measure strain and pressure, letting the spider feel vibrations through the ground or its web. Sensation does not stop at touch. Chemoreceptors on the legs let spiders taste chemicals from prey or potential mates, decoding the world beneath their feet with every step. Sensory precision like this turns every footfall into information. Vision is anything but simple. Jumping spiders such as Phidippus audax have principal eyes with movable retinas that scan back and forth in rapid arcs to build a detailed image, pixel by pixel. That scanning gives them spatial resolution nearly double that of most insects, despite brains tinier than a poppy seed. Their secondary eyes, arranged in a semicircle, track motion and depth, functioning as a built-in radar system. Vision researcher A.D. Zurich says jumping spiders see the world in astonishing detail, enough to recognize prey, rivals, and even human faces. How do such tiny brains produce such detailed vision? By outsourcing senses to the legs and splitting vision across multiple eyes, spiders assemble a patchwork perception of their world. Every vibration, every shadow, every trace of chemical scent is mapped and processed, setting the stage for hunting strategies that are as efficient as they are strange. The result is not random oddity, but a patchwork of adaptations tuned to survival. What does it mean to live beside creatures that sense the world so differently and yet thrive? Feeding for a spider is less about chewing and more about chemistry. Picture a fly trapped and then imagine its interior turning to broth. How does a creature eat without chewing, and why would evolution favor that choice? When a spider captures prey, the real work begins with a microscopic injection. The fangs pierce the exoskeleton and deliver a potent blend of proteases and lipases, enzymes that break down proteins and fats on contact. Within minutes, the insides of an insect change from solid tissue into a nutrient-rich broth. The spider then acts like a living straw, drawing up the liquefied meal through its mouthparts and leaving behind only a hollow shell. This method, called external digestion, is remarkably efficient. Studies on wolf spiders and black widows show that up to 90% of available nutrients can be extracted from each meal. The process is so thorough that even tough exoskeletons pose little challenge. Enzymes seep into the tiniest crevices, ensuring nothing goes to waste. For an animal that may not eat for days or weeks, this level of efficiency is a matter of survival. The speed of the transformation is striking. A medium-sized spider can reduce a fly to a dry husk in under 2 hours, depending on temperature and enzyme potency. This rapid liquefaction means less time exposed to predators and more energy conserved for the next hunt. It also frees spiders from the need for heavy grinding jaws or complex internal digestive tracts. All the heavy lifting happens outside the body, with chemistry doing what teeth and stomachs cannot. Every drop of energy saved through this feeding strategy can be invested elsewhere, whether that means weaving a larger web, growing faster, or risking everything in the high-stakes world of spider reproduction. The idea that a predator can inject, dissolve, and then literally drink its food feels alien, and yet it is brilliantly adapted. I never knew that a spider eats by turning its prey into liquid, and that single fact explains so much about how and why spiders live the way they do. Reproduction in spiders is a game of risk and sacrifice, played out in ways that few animals can match. In species like the black widow, more than 60% of mating attempts end with the male being eaten by his partner. Some researchers argue this grim finale provides a nutritional boost for the female, increasing the odds that her eggs will survive. Others see it as a byproduct of aggressive courtship gone wrong. Either way, the male's gamble is clear. Pass on genes, even if it means becoming dinner. But the extremes do not stop at mating. In Stegodipus spiders, the mother's devotion goes even further. After weeks of guarding her egg sac, she allows her young to climb onto her body and begin to consume her alive. Her tissues break down into a nutrient-rich soup, sustaining her spiderlings through their first days. Behavioral ecologists Studying these species have found that this act of self-digestion can nearly double the survival rate of the brood. In the world of spiders, the drive to ensure the next generation can mean giving up everything, including your own life. Hundreds of spiderlings gather at the edge of a leaf, each one no bigger than a grain of sand. With a single gesture, they raise their abdomens and release silk threads that shimmer in the sunlight. But the real force lifting them isn't just the wind, it's the invisible pull of Earth's electric field. This silent launch, called ballooning, carries young spiders across fields, lakes, and even oceans. Recent experiments by Erica Morley and Daniel Robert showed that a field strength of 100,000 volts per meter can send silk and spiderlings skyward, even in still air. How far can they go? Some land miles away, others reach entirely new continents. In a matter of hours, a single clutch can seed a landscape with the next generation, explaining how spiders have managed to colonize almost every corner of the globe. What looks alien is, in truth, evolution's masterpiece. Right now, spider silk inspires engineers, and spider senses are reshaping robotics. The world's most extraordinary survivors live in our shadows, reminding us that nature's strangest solutions can become tomorrow's breakthroughs. Wonder is never more than 8 legs away. Share your thoughts below.